I do think that moving up a weight class and fighting Ian Garry, I do see a good chance at a potential upset. Yeah, I see a decision, maybe even a split. More than likely a split decision win for Ian Garry, if I had to guess.
I don't know, because Gary is tall, he's long, but he's not like a Morales where he's like big and strong as
Yeah.
well. Like Ian's not putting guys out with one shot. He doesn't really have that capability, so I don't think it's going to be too hard for Islam to get him down. Like, yeah, Ian's definitely long, but Ian's tall, but his reach is only 74 inches. I just think it's one-way traffic for Islam. I think he's going to get him down, and I think he will sub him. And I've seen stuff. Ian's not the heaviest 170 pounder either. Like I think he fought in California where they release your weights for the fight night. I seen one where I think he only gained like 11 pounds. Like he was like 181 in the back. Like I was like 198 like my last fight in the back. You know, like
I'm gonna pick Makhachev.
Okay.
I think he is able to get in. I think the first round can be interesting. You know, Ian Garry's going to have a pretty good first round, but I still think that he gets tangled up. Like eventually he gets tangled up, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse because you know that grappling pressure. When you train to not have it on you, and then it happens anyway, it's very discouraging, and we saw that with JDM.
My official prediction: Ian Garry is gonna knock Islam out. How did I get there? Islam was offered a fight on the White House card against Ian Garry, and Islam said no. Islam did say to fight Ilia Topuria, if that's the only chance I'm going to have to fight him, if the only chance you're going to bring these two weight classes together is that night, I'll show up and I'll fight him that night. How do you reconcile that? What do you think that means? So Islam Makhachev says, I will not fight Ian Garry because I don't feel good. I'm banged up. I'll fight him just to give me a couple of months. That's what he said. But then he came back and said, if that's the only chance I have to fight Ilia, I'll do it, even banged up.
You know, I hate doing this with such close fights and such high-level fighters. But gun to my head, I think I'm going to pick the betting favourite. I'm going to go Islam. I think his quality of work has shown itself to just been leagues above the competition. I'm going to go Islam.
This is a 5-round fight, and I think it's going to be a good one in the fact that Ian Garry is just, he's good everywhere. I think he's got better striking. He's longer. He keeps a longer range. I think Islam's going to have a hard time closing that gap. Very hard to take down as well because how tall he is. He's very rangy. And he's good off of his back. He's very good off of his back. Ian Garry, I don't know, man. I think he's better in a lot more places than Islam. I'm actually leaning towards Ian Garry. I really am. I think he's got the ability to do it.
Yeah, man, I think Islam Makhachev does to Ian what he did to JDM, what he did to the rest of the guys. He's gonna get a hold of them, keep him on the ground, possibly submit him or at least try. I don't see Islam Makhachev outstriking Ian Garry, but that's not what he should be trying to do anyways. Why should he? On the other hand, Ian Garry's path to victory is being on a football field and running and trying to score kicks and jabs and not let Islam get a hold of him because he's not going to out wrestle him and not even, you know, I mean, come on, we had him, Carlos Prates had him crawling like a baby. He was running away from him while crawling in a fight. So, and that was after getting ground and pounded. So what the fuck, like, come on. I don't think this is a serious contender fight, in my opinion. I am just talking from a statistical standpoint, from a studying standpoint, is like, where is he better? Almost nowhere.
We're talking about Islam Makhachev. He's getting a little bit older now, but he's still in his prime. He's definitely still in his prime. And yeah, I think it's a tough fight. I do think it's a tough fight for both guys, but I can't think at any point that Islam is going to lose. Islam Makhachev, decision.
Reasons why?
I just think that he's got more chance of him controlling the fight than Ian landing something.
If we are talking realistically, Makhachev, of course, because of his style, what he's capable to do, and it's you can learn faster, like striking, boxing, but you can't learn so fast wrestling.
There's nothing you could do in a few months' time to fill the gap in the wrestling and grappling to even compete with Islam in that department. Bringing in guys, working with Damian Maia, yeah, you'll get better at submissions and submission defense and things of that sort, but who are you bringing in to help you deal with when you get slapped into a Dagestani handcuff by a guy with next level grip strength? Who are you bringing in to help you deal with the rides and all the wrestling type of situations that Islam is so dominant in? All signs point to Islam Makhachev winning this fight. I think Islam wins this fight. I think he's going to style. I think he's going to get the job done, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a submission. I think that Islam Makhachev could catch a submission in this fight and finish it within the first 4 rounds.
I think the odds, because of the style, favors Makhachev probably because of the styles. I think Islam Makhachev have maybe more ways to win the fight. So if I'm just thinking rational, according to the odds, I think it favors Makhachev. But Ian Garry definitely has all the chance also on his side to do it. He's a very good striker. He's very long. He's great grappler as well. But he need, I think, to find a way to keep the fight standing, and to use his style to his own advantage. But Islam Makhachev is, stylistically, he's a freaking nightmare to fight for anyone. He's, I think, right now the best pound for pound on the planet.
You're talking about a guy in Islam Makhachev who has faced the best of the best. And I think that at 170 pounds, while he's not the biggest welterweight in the world, he's not small either. And I think he has his full gas tank when he fights at 170. Facing a guy like Jack Della Maddalena, who can be a problem on the feet, and handling like he did, I think gave me that much more confidence in picking someone like Islam Makhachev. And Makhachev's game is so layered. He's so technical. He just doesn't make mistakes. And I think Ian Garry needs a big mistake to be exposed for him to capitalize and get the win here. So I think Garry is very underrated, even in this spot as he goes for the world title here. But I think Islam Makhachev is the best pound for pound fighter for a reason. I think Makhachev gets it done. Most likely within 3 rounds.
So it's going to be interesting to see how Ian Garry goes about this fight, because he is taller. I think I saw somewhere where Ian Garry's 6'3" and Islam is 5'11". I'm not sure if those stats are legit, but I saw that. So I'm like, okay, he's going to have the reach advantage. But at the end of the day, he's got to be able to get to Islam, and Islam's got to be able to get to him. So it could be a little cat and mouse game on the feet. But once it gets to the ground, Islam's going to get to that position. He's going to stay in half guard, and then he's going to look to wait for Ian Garry to turtle so you get that choke, and then it should be curtains.
I think Islam's going to get the win. He can definitely get the submission to finish. I think he can get it to the ground. I can see Ian Garry having success in some of his stand-up, some of the wall work stuff. I think he will mix it up, try and stay very long and be very patient. I think he's going to have to play a boring style to be very effective and try and do it for 25 minutes, which is going to be hard.
Like, Ian Garry's a very difficult person to get close to, and that's going to be the interesting challenge for Makhachev. I mean, I think, to be honest, it could be a rough couple of rounds for Islam trying to get close to him. I think he's going to get his lead leg kicked up. I think he's going to get teeped in the midsection a lot, and I think Ian Garry's going to do his best to disengage and keep making space in the cage for himself to move into. I do think eventually Islam is going to close him down, though. I think he'll get impatient, and I think that's what will eventually pull the trigger. But I think once Islam closes him down and gets his hands on him, I think we'll see him kind of do what he does to everybody else. I think Ian Garry's going to have a decent ability to defend the takedown for a short period of time, but ultimately Islam will get into the floor. He's going to beat him up, and then I don't know if the fight in Ian Garry is there once it gets into those deeper waters.
How long can Ian Machado Garry continue their range? Because that's exhausting. Because it's not only controlling the range, but it's twofold. If you don't want him shooting on you and closing your range, you've got to pressure him. You've got to walk forward, right? So he's going to have to walk forward on Islam and also stay at range. It's a delicate balance, and it's like walking on a tightrope the entire time. I think he's going to find some success with it early, but how long until he makes a mistake? How long until he just overthrows one punch and Islam's able to capitalize? How long until it's just where two guys are colliding and now Islam's got the body lock, or he's able to work some of those trips and everything that he does and implement his game. He's going to have to fight perfect the entire time, because he could get a knockout. Maybe Gary gets a sniper punch or a kick from far away and is able to clean it up, but it's not as likely. He's going to have to fight a perfect 25 minutes, and what that leads you to believe is that eventually Islam's going to find where he wants to be in close, get this fight to the ground, and be able to wrap things up.
My pick, I'm going with Islam. I think it will be a longer fight. I don't think it'll be an early finish. I think it'll probably go to the 4th, 5th round. And if Gary was getting away the first 3 rounds, I could see him getting finished in the 5th. Right? I could see a sub coming from Islam. I don't think he's going to be on the feet for long. I do think Islam will get a couple takedowns in here. So I'm going with Islam.
The worst team on any day could beat the best team. And the same thing can be said about fighters. Right now, will that happen? I don't know. I don't think so. I believe that the technique of Islam, the focus of Islam, all the things that Ian Garry Machado is distracted by now, Islam doesn't allow himself to be distracted by. Okay, the stuff talking about your sponsors in PETA, talking about women should rule the world, and men should just stay quiet and shut up. Like all of those things, honestly, you don't need these type of outside distractions.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the crazy upset already. Imagine if the other pound for pound king goes down.
So Ilya went down, Chama went down.
Bro,
yeah,
it's the year of upsets, So there's that going. But I would say if I'm a betting man, I'm Islam all the way. I just think eventually he gets him down and has his way with him.
Give me Islam Makhachev. This is got to be smart money here too. Ian Garry is going to be his toughest task to date. I believe that to date will be his toughest task, or it could be totally wrong and be his easiest fight. I don't know, but what I will say is Islam Makhachev is a stud, and he comes from hard work. And I'm not saying Ian Garry doesn't, but like it truly shows in every single fight, Makhachev comes every single time. Give me him.
Guys, I'm giving this to Islam Makhachev, but I'm giving it, dare I say it, 52-48 for Islam Makhachev. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a real tough fight. Ian Garry's got that reach. He's got the variety in his striking. He's got the composure. He's got the athleticism. He's got the youth. He's got the experience. He's been in 5-round fights before. He's been in main events fights before. He's got a lot going for him. I just feel the trips and sweeps and takedowns are going to be a little bit too much.
So this is probably Islam Makhachev's biggest challenge, and Khabib will agree with you. But if you go back and watch the tape, I think Islam's going to be able to take him down. I think Islam's going to have a nice patient pressure. He's not going to rush the shot. But one thing we can hope, you never know how these training camps go. Every time someone steps in there, people expect to see these guys at like 100%. When you get older, your fight camps don't get as hard as they were when you were coming up. Your fight IQ is grown. Everything else has grown. But again, this is Ian Machado's biggest chance of his life. I do think with Islam Makhachev, though, Khabib wouldn't allow that. Khabib wouldn't allow them to kind of half-ass a training camp and just kind of get through a training camp and, it's just another fight. I keep winning. Khabib's in his ear, like, hey, this will tarnish your legacy if you lose this fight. So I do believe Islam Makhachev is going to show up 100% prepared. I think Islam Makhachev submits him, I think, in the 3rd round.
I think Ian Garry's going to beat him. Rangy, floating, popping him with jabs, cutting him open, smiling out there a little bit, touching gloves, or trying to, and Makhachev coming forward. I don't like Makhachev's offensive striking. Never have. He used low kicks well against Jack Della Maddalena because JDM had to keep his feet rooted to the ground because he was trying to stand his base. Very good technique by Islam Makhachev. Very good game plan from their team. With Garry's movement, the low kicks aren't an option. And what is he fucking gonna do?
he has to get his mitts on Gary. I know he could maybe just take him down, but I think the cage is going to help Gary. The fact that he's moving away all the time is going to give him an advantage in the takedown defense. All of this extra time for a young prospect like Gary to work on his grappling is going to give him a ton of improvement to go into this fight with. I'm going to go with Ian.
Ian McGarry is huge. I mean, size has to come into play sooner or later. And again, I think RJ hit on something, or was Kenny, but he's been preparing for this forever. So he's got to have something. I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, is Islam the better fighter? 100%. But, you know, like, again, he is a 55 coming up to 70. I think this is a really good test for Islam. And I think,
yeah, I do too.
I think Ian Garry has a chance. And, you know, I'm going to pick Islam, but
Yeah.
I think I could see a path to victory for Ian McGarry.
I do rate Ian Garry to be more skilled than JDM overall, and especially on the ground. And Islam was not able to finish JDM, and he had the fight in his realm the entire time. So also you could make a case, well, it's his first fight at 170, you know, maybe he's just, you know, watching out for his gas tank, this and that, but I don't know. I think Ian's going to put on a competitive fight. I think Ian's very, very good. I think people underestimate him because they don't like who he is outside of the cage, but I think he's very skilled. But I do think it's going to go a decision in favor of Islam Makhachev.
I think there will be full-blown phases of this fight where Gary is winning, where Gary, like, Makhachev has a single against the fence and he can't get any of his trip series going because Gary has clearly scoped out, like, oh, he wants to go from here to here to here, and I'm going to just stop that train before it gets up to speed. But then how does he win the fight outside of making Islam's life harder? I have much bigger questions. And so I think Gary might win many battles and still ultimately lose the war because he's not dealing with enough firepower to, like, win in a big way. And I kind of think that might be a necessity against Islam Makhachev.
Somebody put the fake news, I'm gonna retire it after this fight. No, it's not true, man. I want to keep going, you know. The feeling when you, like, stay in shape, become best fighter, you know, is the amazing things, you know. You're never gonna find something like this outside this sport, you know. I want to keep fighting, and we'll beat, like, all records, and we stay here more years.